What's up, boys and girls? It's that time. NASCAR 21. I've had the game for about a couple hours. I'm just going to give my thoughts on the game. Like I said, I would. I'll probably do a full in depth review sometime. If I never do it, it's probably going to be the same as what I'm going to say in this part right here. But yeah, so my thoughts right now. Last night, me and my buddy Cheesehead, we're gonna go live again tonight. Twitch.tv/It's Cheesehead. If you want to see some fun online racing stuff. Online, I don't know what's happened, but they've knocked that shit out the park. Online is really fun. We're gonna have some trolls and stuff. You're gonna have people driving around backwards. Like that's gonna happen. It's a NASCAR game that doesn't have any like ghosting or anything, so it's gonna happen. But just the racing online with other people, it's a game changer. Like it's reminded me of like some of the older NASCAR games, like '09. That's how good I feel like the online is in this game. I haven't seen anybody severely warp or lag or anything like that. The spawning though on starts of races where everybody's holding their gas pedal down or your trigger on your controller, holding that thing down as soon as your screen goes black because you hear your engine rev and then your car as soon as it puts you on the track is going. You're driving it. So there's people like sitting there not even I'm not even ready yet because everyone else behind them is thinking it's going to be just a regular like NASCAR game where you go green at the start finish line. It's not. Everyone goes green as soon as their cars hit the track. So that kind of needs to get addressed. That's my only like main gripe with online. And besides the people ghosting people's cars when they drive backwards or stuff like that, so they can't ruin everyone's fun. But other than that, man, last night we were having 3 4 wide races in Atlanta. Um, Side drafting was working a little bit online. Bump drafting at the plate tracks was crazy. We have Cheese has got a video on his channel right now of him and this other dude 2 car tandem and pulling a second ahead of everybody. Like drafting works online. Because we wrecked, we had a train of 3 behind that we couldn't get hooked up together, and we couldn't run them down. So online is getting right now for me. I'm gonna give it an A minus. I'm not gonna give it the full A plus. I'm gonna give it an A minus. If they can fix the starts and if they can fix ghosting and adding private lobbies and public lobbies. The Call of Duty lobby thing is kind of weird too. I don't really like that vibe that they go with. That's what I'm gonna call it. It's a Call of Duty lobby. Call of Duty, you vote for the map you want to play. It's a Call of Duty lobby. Um, did my mic die? Okay, it didn't. Sorry, I just peaked my mic like 6 times because it looked like it died. Um, so online is gonna get an A minus. We'll be civil. We'll give it a B. Online's getting a B, and the rest of the game. As soon as I log in from my PlayStation, get it ready. I'm like, man, I got my wheel plugged up. My wheel doesn't work. It's not. It doesn't calibrate. Nothing. Um, you go straight on the track and it turns dead left to the grass. So they're gonna have to fix the wheels on console. Uh, it says the wheels there. It says it's a Logitech G29, but there's nothing. Um, like it, there's no force feedback. There's legit nothing. It just turns straight to the left. So that's why I plugged in the controller and pretty much had a blast with the controller last night from just doing online. That's all I did last night was online. About this morning, about 3 a.m., we entered the stream. We went to do career mode. And here's where we started having a lot of fun. Career mode is busted. It's got great ideas and stuff, but man, there was multiple times where I had to restart my game because of a bug. Like it's looking at the back of the ass of the car, looking at the rear window, where you can't even like move or do anything. I had the pace car glitch where all the cars were inside the pace car. I had the damage glitch where my car wouldn't even move when it got on track. Like I had a ton of glitches just in career mode, and I I still haven't even done my Daytona 500. That's how bugged that was. Uh, so career mode, like the driving, because I did a lot of that online. We'll go to career mode. From all the aspects and stuff I see and what they can do with this in the future, there's money that no one knows what that's to do with. There's fans, so like social media interactions. They've got the interviewers, so you know there's gonna be interview probably in whatever 22. So yeah, career mode. I'm gonna give it a C. Um, I haven't done any racing yet, but I'm gonna give it a C just from what I've seen off other people. Um, Driving and handling. Um, with it on the medium steering assist, like a lot of people don't know, but if you're running, if that's how we have to run this whole year with medium steering assist, I'm cool with it. I had a lot of fun, um, and that's what I'm basing this off of. I'm basing it off of if I had fun. Um, yes, I had a ton of fun last night online, and even though I had bugs online, um, I had a ton of fun with it. The driving felt great on the controller. A lot of people said they didn't have vibration. I had vibration. My spotter wasn't working last night, which I guess is a godsend because everyone's complaining about the spotter. Mine was not working online, so I didn't hear anything except at the end of the race. I'll be like, all right, load her up. Or say something like, one more to go. And I'm like, what? Like, why would you just say that when the race is over? But the driving, I'll give it a solid A. I'm gonna give it an A. There's room to improve, but there's also room to fail, and there's a lot of room to fail. So driving with the medium steering assist, I'll give it an A. Maybe when the wheel comes out and it works better, and we can drive with the wheels and turn off the assist and run it that way, maybe we'll see more of a difference in how this thing actually drives. But for day one, with the medium, having fun, I'm gonna give it an A. And that's it. Paint booth. I think y'all already seen paint booth. I made a Texaco Haviland logo in paint booth. Looks really cool. Since they've already said that you can't share cars in the game, for next game, I would really like to see a shared decal so people can make decals. We could go on there. People like look up Texaco, get the Texaco Haviland logo. Share their decals, and then you can have like maybe 100 decals that you can save or something like that. I think that would be cool. It would help more people who are not good at making cars can make some good designs. Right now, if you're a graphic designer, this is your fucking bread and butter. I'm not a graphic designer. I made the Texaco star in the little circle. Not hard to do, but I thought it looked great. And I'm like, yep, that's it. That's all I'm going to do. The rest of this is too fucking hard for me. Paint booth, if you're into graphic design, it's probably an A. For me, I'm going to give it a solid A. I had fun with it for the hour that I used it. And yeah, I want to make some cars. I feel like I'll go in there and definitely tweak with it, play with it a little bit. Just having 8 car slots and then having, you can't share them unless you post them pictures of them on Twitter. I really don't like that aspect of that. So Paint Booth's getting an A. Now, the game itself, I've gave a lot of A's. The game itself, right now, day one, I'm gonna give it a solid D. There's too many game breaking bugs, and I don't know if you went on there. They released a whole day one patch thing of stuff that's apparently in a day one patch that's coming. My game says I have the day one patch, but my wheel doesn't work, and that was one of the things it's supposed to fix was the wheels. So I don't know. Day one patch, or whatever this patch is going to be, patch number 2, 3. It says that they've got 3 already in line. 2 has already been sent to PlayStation and Xbox today. 1 was already, I guess, in the game. There was over 100 things that got fixed. 100 in this one patch. There's going to probably be 100 or more in the next patch. What scares me about this is if you know anything about AAA marketing and AAA games, they're gonna eventually stop having to do patches because you have to start 22 like lickety split. You release this game, you make one or two like patches for the first month or two, and then you're on to 22, and you have to get that game where it's not like this. Uh, so how many patches are we gonna get? Is the real question. With this, they've already said 3 is supposed to come out. DLC. Um, that's just more of like the graphic design team painting cars, stuff like that, which they're going to do anyway for the next gen or next car or next NASCAR 22. So that's not no biggie for them. So DLCs are fine. But back to the whole the bugs and patches um, thing. Um, yeah, there's a lot of that's got to get fixed. There's a lot of game breaking stuff where I'm having to close my game, re-enter my game, close my game, re-enter my game, close my game, re-enter my game, and I just think that's some bullshit right out the box. So like I said, I gave the game a D. Now I'm gonna answer pretty much questions that I know. Is the game worth $60 to $80, depending on the Champions Edition or the Standard? No, it's not. This game, in my honest opinion, they should have. I know they can't, but they should have dropped the Standard Edition to 30, and then the Champions Edition to 60 or 50. 30 and 50 would have been better price points for this game, especially with how bare bones it is. With just a career mode and online. Online and career mode are not going to make this thing playable for a year. If you have it on PC, you might be able to mod the thing and make it run good. Console wise, you're not going to get a year out of this. I'm seeing possibly until they add like public lobbies and possibly leagues. If you do that online, you could definitely get a year out of it. But if you're just a casual, I like sports games because I like franchise mode, dynasty mode, career mode, superstar modes. You're getting at least 3 months out of it, tops. So with that out of the question, I'm saying yeah, you're getting about 3 months. So this game should have been about 30 for the standard, 50 for the champion. Now I've seen a lot of people talk about how we don't need to be giving these people money. It's an unfinished game. It's a broken game, and they're all and like everyone's talked about. Give them time. And I have said that before. I've said like, hey, the NASCAR Heat games, give them time. Well, look what happened when they got some time. SRX might be the best motorsports game of the year, behind probably F1. But F1's not even that great. F1's got so many bugs and it crashes too. Like, that's an EA Sports game. So for a low budget team, SRX knocked that one out of the park. And that's Monster Games, the old team that did NASCAR Heat, that made SRX. So SRX, and they even put a cheeky tweet out today like, hey, SRX is on sale. I thought that was hilarious. The day when everyone's talking about, man, 21's bad, it's terrible. SRX, who hasn't tweeted since like September, was like, hey, our game's on sale. It was hilarious. I did get a good laugh out of that. One of the better tweets of the day. But people are like saying like, should you spend money on this? Should you do this? I would rather spend money on a company that's at least trying to make a game than a company that copies and pastes every year. And this is coming from a guy who buys all the major sports games. I have 2K. I have MLB The Show. I have Madden. I buy these games every year, and they're copy and paste. Madden 19, 20, and 21 were a copy and paste of each other. Madden 22 is pretty much a copy and paste of Madden 21 on current gen consoles, PS4 and Xbox. And then they throw a little paint on it. Get us Ultimate Team. NASCAR 21 doesn't have an Ultimate Team. That's where they can't make money. EA can make money on Ultimate Team, enough money where they could quadruple their sales with Ultimate Team microtransactions And that's how they can continue making games. Motorsports Games doesn't have that. They have a DLC every month for paint schemes. And a lot of people don't even buy them because they're like, why should I buy this when I paid for the base game? That's how the NASCAR community is in a general. They want it all in one sitting. Like, oh, I want it like NASCAR Thunder 2004. NASCAR, you're not getting another NASCAR Thunder 2004 ever. We shouldn't even be competing. That's a whole different era console. You need to be comparing to the next probably best game that was on a console, which would probably be 15. And 15 wasn't that great. So, I mean, you can't, like, when you compare NASCAR console games, like, we have had some games we can't compare. Like, you go to Madden, you can go like, man, I want to go back to Madden 09, 08, Madden 04. Like, that, well, Madden 04 is a different, it's like Thunder 04, but, like, Madden 25. Like, you want to go back to that, and you can't. And Madden, if people out here talking bad about 21 and saying, hey, you shouldn't buy this game, ain't nobody should buy Madden when the damn coach is fucking from franchise offices in the middle of the field while you play the game. Like, AAA games companies are having the same amount of bugs that this game has. And I've also seen the whole topic of, man, they've had 2 years to work on this game. They've had 2 years to work on this game, but I think a lot of people forgot we had a global pandemic from 2019 to 2020, and still there's some places that haven't even loosened restrictions. So we're lucky we even got this thing, and I know we got it late. We got it October. We got it with 2 races left. I've seen a lot of people say they should have pushed it back and did NASCAR 22 and did it in February. I could see that. I definitely think they probably should have. They can't because you have to have at least a NASCAR release in the physical year. So that's why we got the game we got. You can't blame Motorsports Games. You can't blame the developers. They put everything they could into it. They put all their time, effort, money into that thing. And right now it's busted. It's beat up. It's like you go to a barn and you find an old beat up 67 Chevelle sitting in there. It's rusted up. It's pretty beat up. But you're sitting in your mind going, I could make something out of that. I can do something with that. I can make that something. And that's what I see with NASCAR 21. If 22 is terrible, you know what? Then they just let that barn find just sit and rust even more. They picked it up and they just let it rust. But that's what I'm going to end that statement on. That's my day one thoughts. It's been 18 minutes. I don't want to talk no more. I feel like you guys have got my gist. The game is like a D. As of now, day one, it's definitely a D. It's not as great as... You can have fun with it, though. I will say that. You can have fun with this game. And I think that's what a lot of people need to start thinking with. Is can you have fun with the game? It's not as, man, does the game look good? Does it sound good? Does it feel good? You got to base your games off, can you have fun with them? If you're not having fun, then like why even think about picking the game up? You got to have fun with it. If you don't think you'll have fun with this game, then don't get it. If you feel like you're going to have fun with it, I would say wait until at least Black Friday, because this thing's definitely dropping price. I would even be looking out for next week. This thing might drop price to like $30 next week. It might do a Cyberpunk and drop to 30. So yeah, if you want to wait and maybe possibly pick it up, I would say wait until Black Friday or whenever it goes on sale and get it. And then you'll definitely have some fun, because if you wait a little bit until you get it when it goes on sale, the patches might be out for it, and it might be a different game at that point. It might be like a B+ game, and you'd be like, damn, I got a B+ racing game for $30. But yeah, that's my opinion. Thanks guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm probably going to have like NASCAR 21 content or something up here. I've got some stuff from last night that I can throw on, hopefully. Just to throw up here for 20 minutes of me just goofing off. But yeah, hope you guys enjoy. Peace.